Okay, so the quality points you talked about, yeah? So these are what? Any ideas? What is it? What type of fish is it?
What type of fish?
Any ideas? Bream.
It's a bream, yeah.
Yeah, this is a bream. Yeah, black branded bream. Yeah, alright. Got different types of bream. Mediterranean fish. You can't get them in the coastal waters around the UK, but they are very nice fish. This is what is known as a farmed fish. Yeah, aquaculture. So basically, aquaculture means it has been farmed so that we can get a guaranteed supply, whereas the wild obviously can't guarantee it, and a guaranteed size. Yeah, if I want, right, oh, can I have certain fish? Right, sea bass, bream, tapilia, so we've got salmon. Salmon was the first one. Salmon was the main one that came out. That's where aquaculture came from. We used to farm salmon. Salmon was the easiest one to farm. All right. And basically, that's where it's all come from. All right. And that's what it's so it's good for us. It's good for our industry that can guarantee I can get salmon, I can get sea bass, I can see bream, I can get tapilia. But the only issue is it's not that good for the environment. Because all around, imagine these big pens. Yeah. A lot of pollution comes out of these. If they escape into the wild, there's an issue with that. If you look into Scotland now, there's a research task going on at the moment about the escaping farmed salmon and how it's affecting the wild salmon population because they're interbreeding, and farmed salmon might not have come from the area. Because if you look at all up and down the west coast of America, east coast of America, all over Europe, all where the salmon go, there's different breeds of salmon go to specific areas. Yeah, and obviously the farmed salmon is just a basic breed that's been modified to get the best meat and to get the quickest growth. So now they're interbreeding, so it's a bit of an issue at the minute. But you know, people have to work with it. I'm sure it'll all come out in the wash and somehow. But for us as an industry, it's a bit better. So, bit of equipment, nice bit of equipment. If you're looking to work with fish a lot, classically, back of the knife, yeah, to scale. Back of the knife. It works fine. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Yeah, does its job beautifully. All right. But for me, it'll be a bit faster. I'm doing a lot of fish, something like this. What happens is the gripping of the fish. It sort of holds the scales in place. So they don't fly out everywhere. And like I say, you get a nice quick release of your scales. The reason why I'm using a bag is because obviously I don't want to get scales all over my benches and windows, etc, etc. If I was working in an industry, what I would do is I'm prepping a load of fish, cling film everywhere, yeah? Cling film it all first, then I'd scale my fish, get rid of the cling film. Because then you don't have scales everywhere, yeah? If you don't, an hour later, 3 hours later, you scrub down 4 times, you'll still find scales. Where's that come from? I've scrubbed my bench, but it still happens. So me personally, I'd always do the best to make sure my scales aren't going everywhere. So that's my scales done, happy days. Should get right down to the belly flaps, etc, etc. Alright. Then what I would do, I would just hold it and I just basically get the excess, like so. Alright. Nice and straightforward. Good little bit of kit to use, alright?
Still got them everywhere.
Where have I got them everywhere, Bartek? Tell me. Enlighten me. Whereabouts are they? I've got 1 or 2 scales, yeah. But nowhere near as much if I hadn't used the bag, alright? Right, okay, so next job. So you've all filleted the fish before, that's what you said to me. So what do I do next? Obviously it's a whole fish. I've scaled it, next job. Enlighten me, please. Come on.
Clean inside.
Huh?
Clean the fish. Clean the fish inside.
So to clean it out by what? Gutting it? Okay, so we needed to gut. Alright, happy days when we gut it, yeah, happy days, I'll do that in a moment. First things first though, because it is a bream or a sea bass or any of the other medium-sized fish in the sea, what they've got is a little bit of a defense mechanism. Alright, i.e. these babies, the fins. You don't want to get them spiking you, because basically you could damage yourself a little bit. So personally, I always take them off first, alright? Give it a bit of a haircut. Alright, let's get rid of them. Happy days. Get rid of these fins. The dorsals. Good practice to do that anyway, yeah? Even if you're grilling it or barbecuing it, yeah? I'd always take these off, okay? So there's my fins off, happy days. So a little bit safer to work with, alright? Right, next stage. What knife do we use? What?
Yeah,
Filleting knife, yeah. Well, how can we tell it's a filleting knife, Minx? Nice and flexible. Nice flexible blade, yeah. We don't want a stiff blade, not for a delicate fleshed piece of product like this, yeah. Fish is very delicate. Heavy duty knife, you're going to damage the flesh a lot more, alright. So next stage, like I say, so we need a gut. So basically, poop hole, find it, through, all the way up to the top. Not there, in a little tiny hole. You go through the cartilage here, and all the way up to the top. Yeah, so basically going all the way right to the top of the guts. And up by the lungs and up by the throat area. Yeah, not the lungs, sorry, the gills even. And basically you get as much of it out as it can. Okay?
lovely.
Lovely. Nice for first thing in the morning, eh? Alright, so then through like so, happy days. And then a quick rinse under the tap. It's dead. Nothing to do about it. Not going to bring it live. Okay, do the nice rinse up. Beautiful. So, happy days. Nice and washed. Quick dry off. Right, so what's that? Next job. What's the next stage? What do we do next? Bartek. Take the fillets off. Okay, we'll take the fillets. Me personally, a lot of people don't bother taking the head off. I always take the head off. Make life easier. Nice fluid movement of your knife then, alright? So for me, your head, what you gotta worry about and think about is there's cartilage here, and cartilage here, alright? So you need to get behind that, alright? So for me, personally, I would use this serrated edge knife to take the head off. Bigger the fish, definitely, like a big cod or salmon, head off makes your life so much easier when you're filleting it. I'll be getting whole salmon in next week, or one whole salmon, so I'll demonstrate how I fillet a large fish, alright? So then, down where the cartilage is, through there, through the spine, yeah, on the other side, where the cartilage is, through there, and off. Remember, what you need to be aware of is getting as much of the fish off the carcass as possible. So instead of just going down like that, I went in, yeah, so you've got a V shape, that's getting as much fish off the top end, yeah, so you're not wasting anything, alright? Some parts of the world, that will be classed as delicacy, yeah? Big sort of boiled fish heads. Loads of muscle meat in it, especially the bigger the fish, a big mullet, or a big snapper, or grouper from the tropics. Huge heads. I mean, I've been diving with them, they're like, you know, bigger than me, huge. You get one of them, cook that, you've got loads of flesh in there, so you know, don't waste it. When I lived in New Zealand, you had the...
You don't deep fry it?
Huh?
You can even deep fry it?
Could do, yeah. Could do whatever you want with it. Roast it, boil it, stew it, you know what I mean? So you're not wasting anything. In New Zealand, we used to have an area for the white man, as it were, and another side of the fishmongers for the Maori, the Polynesians. And the Polynesian guys, that was delicacy. They loved all this stuff. Obviously, the white guys were like, don't know what to do with it more than anything else, so they used to use it. So that's that off. But I've got a nice fillet nice and easy to fillet now, yeah? So, next stage, to take the fillets off, yeah? So you always work, remember what we did last week? I always top and tail, yeah, corner to corner, that's how I work it. And I'm on one side, I'm going from the head down, and when we turn it over, we're going from the tail up, down, yeah? So we're opposite, right? Bit of pressure on the flesh with the blade, all the way down the side of the spine, yeah? So you got a nice little smooth action going on. You hear it? Yeah, so that tells me I'm down the spine. And basically here you've got a rib cage, the belly flap, and that's the stomach compartment. So basically you're going to have to take that off, but on this side you haven't, so basically just go over the spine, down on the tail end, all the way along, like so, yeah? We'll cut through the pin bones. Now you've got two options. You either go over the rib cage, like so your rib cage is still attached, or also on this side when I'll take the rib cage off. So again, opposite side, through. On this side of the spine now. Bit messy, chef, sack the chef. Just caught the spine there, I'm on you. Again, belly flap off. So I'll take